What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. And if you're new to the channel and want to subscribe button, that would be awesome. Today, we have some more parts that just showed up from Japan. Shout out to the staff at R32 Japan. They specialize in Japanese parts for your car, whether it be Nissan, Honda, Toyota, Infiniti, the whole 9 yards. They got it all. I ordered these last week and they shipped it out pretty quickly and their customer service was excellent. Let's check it out. Alright, so like in my last video I mentioned I ordered new strut bars and the Brake Master cylinder reinforcement kit. I'm trying to go as Japanese as I possibly can for the Skyline. So you know I had a full set with the Cusco. I believe this is either the front or rear strut bar, and then again, front or rear strut bar. I'm pretty sure this is the front because how it's angled. But this Cusco blue is gorgeous. And here's the Brake Master reinforcement kit I was talking to you about in this beautiful Cusco blue. Honestly, I may paint the Skyline this color after I respray the Prelude. I just have to look up, well, it comes with directions as well to how to install this. From what I've seen, it's pretty self-explanatory, and of course these, anybody can do it. Let's go ahead and knock out this installation. You gotta give this thing like the beans. Again, should be a fairly easy install. I like how the strut bars are going to match the top hat of the KTS coilover. We'll just take the 2 bolts off to the strut tower. I'll take the brackets off of the strut bar, line everything up accordingly, and then reinstall this bolt here. Alright, got the driver and passenger side bracket on. Just going to go ahead and torque down the bolts to spec, which I believe is like between 25 and 26 pounds. It's not that much. And then I'll just go ahead and slide the strut bar in between and we'll tighten those up too. All right, front Cusco strut bar has been successfully installed. It does look backwards, but I double checked. If it was the other way around, it would be hitting the plenum here. But got these strut bolts torqued down to 30 pounds. Nice and tight, but not over tight. Adds a nice sportier touch to the engine bay. And is it really a Japanese car without multiple colors in your bay? We got the blues going on, the yellows, and the red. Also did order some Samco silicone hoses from RHD Japan, which hopefully will be coming in next week. I think I'm gonna go ahead and fiddle around with the Brake Master reinforcement, or I'll go ahead and just get these strut bars out of the way. Because for the rear strut bar, I'm going to have to cut the carpet so this all fits in nicely. All right, so I'm gonna attempt to install the Cusco Brake Master cylinder stopper. If only I could translate Kajin, and I can kind of decipher the picture, but me being an intellectual, just went online to the Australian and Japanese forums and researching pictures. So now it's significantly easy to understand. This part here will bolt to the strut tower here. I believe on the GTR models or the GTS4 models, they have like a sensor there. And then these 2 brackets you see here will bolt to the UCA bolt here, and then another bolt that is down here. Now I know where all of the bolts and brackets go to, but I'm having the hardest time removing these 2 bolts here. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is install the rear strut brace, go take it for a drive, see how the structural rigidity of the car feels, if it's improved or not, which definitely it should be. And then when I get back, I'll hit it with those 2 bolts with the freeze off, let the car sit overnight, and then when I get off work, I'll go ahead and install the Brake Master cylinder stopper kit. All right, so I got the whole trunk liner taken off. Trunk is exposed. We just got 2 bolts there and there. Surprisingly, very, very clean. I still do have the spare, as like one of the first videos I posted on the Skyline. Trunk liner is in great shape. And I got all the cool jack accessories. I could have sworn I had an umbrella in here. Alright, so I got the driver's side bracket in as well as the passenger side, if you can kind of see. Already kind of mocked up the trunk liner, and all I really need to cut out is this center part of the bulge. That should give me plenty of clearance to finesse the strut tower bar through. Finally got the rear strut bar brace in. This took about 45 minutes. So this trunk liner is actually like hard plastic, so I used my cutting wheel to make that incision there, as well as the passenger side, because I wanted to maintain the trunk liner. But so far so good, guys. An excellent touch. As of right now, I got the 2 bolts I needed to take off lubricated, so when I work on the Cusco Brake Master cylinder stopper tomorrow, hopefully I can free those bolts out easy. Again, I have a good idea on how this mechanism goes on and how it works. So until then, guys, I'll catch you tomorrow. It is the next 4 or 5 days, everybody. Welcome back and Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, everybody, for your continuous love and support, and I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas. At the moment, I'm knocking out the Cusco Brake Master cylinder stopper. I had these bolts penetrated for about, I want to say, 4 to 5 days. I got the bottom bolt out. What I ended up doing to get more clearance was unloosen the 4mm bolts to the fuel line bracket here and the fuel filter bracket down there, so I can move this with ease. Got that off with a ratchet wrench. This bolt here having some issues. I need a breaker bar big enough to fit over my wrench so I can have the leverage to break it open. Quick shout out to the boys at GK Tech. Super chill dudes and very funny and very helpful. Here, real quick, we have our Hikis delete bar with the toe angle bars. Really stoked to get this installed this weekend. Also got some polyurethane knuckle bushings. Should be some fun stuff. And also picked up rear camber arms. Super stoked on this. Again, next couple days I will definitely be installing this in a different video. Worrying about this right now. Update, finally got this nut off this bolt here. Just took this old ratchet wrench my grandpa gave me and Thor's hammer and just give it a couple love taps. Now let's hopefully finish this install. All right, everybody, finally got this whole mechanism in. This, they said it was easy, but this was actually a pain in the ass. Got all the bolts torqued down to the best of my abilities. So your adjuster bolt is going to be right there, and then there's like a, can't really see in here, it's like a red little stopper plate that hits the master brake cylinder, so when you brake there is no flex in this assembly here. Now I'm gonna warm up the car, take it for a test drive, see how this pedal feels. So first drive, definitely more responsive when I brake. Ooh, that feels nice. Like before, when I hit the brakes, the pedal felt like it would go to the floor in terms of that flex before it would bite the rotor to stop. But now I barely tap on the brake, and it's like an instant bite. Alright, so the Skyline's braking is superb. Really happy with the Cusco Brake Master Cylinder Stopper. Definitely worth the money. And for the next install, we will be installing the Hikis Eliminator kit, as well as the rear camber arms. Incredibly stoked to get this in finally. My Hikis system has been acting up where after I go past 60 kilometers, it likes to correct itself. So it cocks my steering wheel to make it straight. It's really weird, but it's also super dangerous. And we also have more parts coming from GK Tech. I ordered a steel braided brake line kit, a steel braided clutch line. We got a larger clutch fan, which brings in 40% more air to the cooling system and motor. So that's definitely going to help for what I have planned coming to this car. In terms of installing the steel braided brake lines, I'm gonna wait until I get my rotors and pads to do that before I bleed the system out and do all that crazy stuff. So that's gonna be a couple months. I feel like I'm building the Skyline a little bit too quick, but the Skyline is nowhere near where I want her. And then we have the Koyorad and Nismo thermostat to install. I'll probably do that within the next couple of weeks. The holidays are finally over, and I have a lot more free time now at work. So it's gonna be a nice time to just cool down, relax, recollect my thoughts, and focus on the Prelude, because I really need to get the transmission out of here and out of the red one and do the swap and tidy up the bay. Other than that, guys, this is going to conclude the end of this video. Thank you so much for all your continuous love and support. And also, Merry Christmas. Again, spend it with your friends, your family, the people you love, your pets. I hope you guys have a good one. And remember, aim high, drive low. We'll see you next video. Take care.